Okay, all right. Number 15 and 16. So for these two questions, we are trying to determine some coterminal angles. Now, before we go any further, I just want to make sure that everyone has clear understanding of what coterminal angles are. Now, as you can see from the word coterminal, co-terminal means they share the same terminal side. So it's very important, in my opinion, it's very important that you actually draw the angle before you do any kind of math computation. So if I were you, I would draw the angle first. So we think about, where is negative 490? Well, that seems like a huge one, right? So apparently it goes for one revolution, that's negative 360 in clockwise direction. And then what's more is that it goes another negative 130. So another 130 would be somewhere like here. So this would be the terminal side right here. So I can actually write the negative coterminal angle, which is negative 130, because you can simply add 360 to negative 490, and that would give you negative 130. Okay. Now it's very important that you actually actually very important for you to see the actual angle, to see the actual terminal side. So this is negative 130 degrees. Okay. Now, of course, we can go in the other direction. We can go in this direction. So we say, well, what about that? Okay, it should be somewhere in the third quadrant. So we can just add 360 to the 130, which it should gives us positive 230 degrees. 230 degrees. Now, usually the mistakes that I observed over the past few quizzes is that some of you, they're not really doing the addition, or like they can do the addition or subtraction. The problem is that they use the wrong number to do the addition or subtraction. That's the key thing. They forgot which number to use. They used 180 instead of 360. So it's very important to see the angle visually on paper in front of you, so that you have a way to secure yourself, to guarantee yourself that you are not writing something that it's totally irrelevant. Okay. All right, same deal over here. All right, so this is 3 pi over 8. Now, as we said in class, you can compare this with 4 pi over 8. This is actually pi over 2. Well, we know pi over 2 is over here. Okay, but 3 pi over 8, it's less than 4 pi over 8. So we would say that 3 pi over 8 is somewhere right here. Okay, that's 3 pi over 8. So if I want to get a positive coterminal angle, it's very easy. We just keep going for another revolution. Okay, well, let me draw it another way. Let's keep going for one additional revolution. So that means we're adding 2 pi. Okay, one revolution is 2 pi, so add another revolution to it. And we do the middle school math, common denominator. So 2 pi can be expressed as 16 pi over 8, and then you have a total of 19 pi over 8. Okay, that's a positive coterminal angle. Well, then what about the negative one? What about the negative coterminal angle? Well, the negative one could go this way. Okay, so that means we are going in opposite direction, so we can simply do 2 pi. I'm sorry, my bad. It should be 3 pi over 8 minus 2 pi. Okay, so 3 pi over 8 minus 16 pi over 8. That would give you negative 13 pi over 8. So now just to make sure that it makes sense, so it goes all the way for 3 quadrants back to quadrant 1. So if you go back more than 3 quadrants, what's the radian equivalence for 3 quadrants or 270 degrees? Well, remember that 270 degrees is 3 pi over 2, like 1.5 pi. So if I want to express 1.5 pi with a denominator of 8, that would be 12 pi over 8. So the fact that we go clockwise direction, okay, for 13 pi over 8, well, that makes sense. We go slightly more than 12 pi over 8, okay, slightly more than 3 quadrants. So this answer makes a whole lot more sense, okay, with the picture. Okay, if you try to do these math without pictures, these 2 problems could be very challenging. You don't know whether you're right or wrong, and what's the point if you don't know if you're right or wrong? Okay, so we have that.